Cloud and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a GFX with no rig. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to go ahead and do is of course open up Roblox Studio and go to base plate. Next thing we're going to go ahead and do is go over here to plugins and click on load character. A lot of people have been asking, well, where do you get the load character plugin? Well, I'll go ahead and show how you get it now. You go over to Toolbox, or you can actually go to Google and just search in load character already pros plugin Roblox and download it from Roblox, but it's easier just to do it from Roblox Studio. Go to Toolbox, go to models, and go to plugins. And then it actually should be right here. If it's not, just go ahead and search in load character. And here it is. You don't buy the Robux one, you can just buy the free one. Okay, so that's how to download that's how to download the plugin. Now what we need to do is go ahead and put in our username. Now usually, because I most of the time use a rig, I'm actually going to go ahead and use, I'm going to go ahead and spawn our character in R15, not R6. So here we go, we spawned it. Okay, so here's our avatar. And now we're going to go ahead and we can go ahead and get rid of load character. And now what we're going to go ahead and do is pick out a model. So go over back to Toolbox and search, you can search whatever. Search your room model that you want, and I'll be back with you guys in a moment. Okay, so once you've picked your model, what you're going to go ahead and do is go over here to the Explorer tab and drag the model to your username. And then if you want to add any props or whatever, you can. It doesn't matter. And yeah, so I don't want to add any props or anything. So yeah. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do is right click on our username in the Explorer tab and click on Export Selection. And then go ahead and save it to your desktop or save it to a place where you can remember it. I'll just name it Remember so I remember. And yeah, so wait for it to load. If it's a big model, it's already loaded. But now we're going to go ahead and go to Blender, not Blender Rig, just Blender. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so now we're in Blender. What we're going to go ahead and do is just click so we can get this off our screen. I'm going to go ahead and go over here to the side thing and just drag this out just a little bit so I can see everything. And now what we're going to go ahead and do is click X on the cube. And what we're going to go ahead and do next is go up here to the top that says Blender Render and click on Cycles Render. Then go over here to File and click Import and click Wavefront.obj. Then go ahead and go to where you saved your GFX. So here it is right here. Double click on it and whatever you named it, .obj, not .mtl. We don't want that one. We want the .obj. So now that we have our model here, what we need to do is we can go ahead and just use these little arrows to just move it closer to the grid because I like doing that. And yeah, so what we can do just to make everything movable, I like to go over here to Object and click on Transform and click on Origin to Geometry. So that now everything is set to the geometry. So that we can just move it more easier, or move it easily. Okay, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to go over here to this little snowball right here and click on Material. So here is our avatar. As you can see, if I right click on the legs, as you can see, the legs are not just one, they are oh my gosh, there are three parts. So yeah, and now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to right click and shift right click to select more than one part of our avatar. So what we can do is use these little tools down here to go ahead and go ahead and move our avatar. So I'm going to move the leg like this, just have some fun, pose, whatever, it doesn't matter. And yeah, so I'll be back with you guys in a moment.
I was kissing you with my eyes open, but you said keep them closed and be in the moment. So why did best to make you feel wanted. But what about what I want? What about what I want? And what I wanted was to crash with my dumb friends on the weekend instead of watching a movie. But you wanted me to be what you need instead of being me. Oh, and that's how I knew it. I guess I never loved you like I love me. I guess I never loved you, and that's okay with me. 'Cause someday I'll love someone like I love me. Might have to wait a little, and that's okay with me. Okay, 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 okay with me. Okay, 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 I would tell you everything I believed in, but you said shut it off, you're too old for dreaming. So I did my best to feel what you're feeling. But what about what I want? What about what I want? 'Cause what I wanted was to laugh at the way you laugh at the way I laugh. But instead you were moody, and you wanted me to be what you need instead of being me. Oh, and that's how I knew it. I guess I never loved you like I love me. I guess I never loved you, and that's okay with me. 'Cause someday I'll love someone like I love me. Might have to wait a little, and that's okay with me. Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so once you're done with posing your character, what we need to do is go ahead and go over here to view and click on camera. So Shift F and WASD to move the camera, and go ahead and just move the camera to your spot that you want it to be. But we're going to go over here to the camera button over here and click on resolution, and just go ahead and change the resolution to 2000. So here it is. So now we can kind of have it, there we go. So just go ahead and put it in the way you want it to be. I'm going to go ahead and delete this so we can see. And yeah, so there, didn't mean to do that. Go ahead and just go back to view. Alright, so I'm just gonna delete stuff, and then perfect. So now we have, now we can, there we go. So now, that it is in the pose, or that the camera is in the angle that we want it to be, what we need to do now is go back to resolution and change that instead of 50% to 100%. And scroll down. You can click on transparent if you want to. You can click back on the snowball, and this is what it looks like. It's really dark, but we can go over here to go to exposure. Just turn up the exposure so we can see it. Of course, it doesn't have to be this dark and not bright. We can go ahead and go over here to the world button and click on use nodes, and click on color, and click on this little dot right here, and click on environment texture. You will need an HDRI for this. All you have to do is just go to Google and search in HDRI Haven, and then start downloading some HDRIs from there. So we can click on open, and then we can go to wherever you kept your HDRIs, and I'm just gonna pick some ones that I've downloaded and see which ones fit the GFX the best. So here we have this one. It kind of shades my face a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and change it to something else. I'm gonna just mess around with this, and I'll be back with you guys in a moment. So once you find the right background for your GFX, we can go ahead and go over here to this little picture and click on denoising. This just helps with it so it doesn't, so when it's done rendering, it's not grainy and stuff. So after we've done all of that, what we need to do next is just click on render and wait for it to render. So now it's rendering, and I'll see you guys in a moment.
was kissing you with my eyes open, but you said keep them closed and be in the moment. So I did my best to make you feel wanted. But what about what I want? What about what I want? And what I wanted was to crash with my dumb friends on the weekend instead of watching a movie. But you wanted me to be what you need instead of being me. Oh, and that's how I knew it. I guess I never loved you like I love me. I guess I never loved you, and that's okay with me. Cause someday I'll love someone like I love me. Might have to wait a little, and that's okay with me. Okay, 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 okay with me. Okay, 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 I would tell you everything I believed in, but you said shut it off, you too